It's at 93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. See, this is 1 week away from Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman fight. Keith Thurman, in my opinion, as I said before, I feel like will lose the fight. And I feel like it's overrated. And if anyone gets dropped, it will be Keith Thurman. That's just how I feel about it. I could be wrong. But see, I like to take a chance here and there. And it's not really a big chance. It's not like if I get it wrong, something bad happens. So I guess it's not a huge chance. But you know what? One of the reasons why I started this channel is because I wanted to challenge my abilities and getting predictions right. I did say Travis Gotti was my inspiration in terms of starting the channel and making it big. But when it comes to the actual predictions and things like that, I like to give a shout out to Be Real TV, who kind of, see what his channel is like. He tries to break down he tries to look into the little technical aspects in detail. And I do to a certain extent. And I feel like a lot of times we think similarly. We don't think the same. He looks in very high detail, and I guess I do, but I don't summarize it. When I make my videos, I don't really summarize it to that extent that he does. He goes in very high detail. He makes videos and shit. So yeah, shout out to him, man. I actually one of the things I remember, he made the Maidana versus Broner prediction, and I felt like, obviously, my gut feeling just felt like Broner would win. And there's something about that fight where I felt like Maidana has a better jab. Maidana moves his head more. Maidana moves his foot more. I felt like Maidana was not just the better brawler, but also the better puncher. Better boxer. Better boxer for sure. That's how I felt about it. But the hype got to me. But Be Real TV stuck to his own guts and he picked Maidana, and it was like he came out right, and I was like, shit. I just bought into the hype. I guess when I thought to myself, I don't want to make myself like big up myself or anything, but I kind of thought, what, I could have been right if I picked Maidana. Like in my mind, obviously I didn't have a channel then, I didn't make a prediction then, but I was telling my friends that Broner would win just because it's Broner. Like I never really bought into the hype of him being the next Floyd, but I felt like he would beat Maidana just because of the hype. But I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I just deep down I felt like my brain was telling me Maidana would win, but Maidana has a high chance of winning. That's just how I felt about it. Maidana was definitely the better boxer, and like these sort of things, a lot of times fans don't really realize. And the idea of getting predictions right when a lot of people are telling you that nah, you bullshit, man. Sometimes people don't see it, but when you see it and you end up being right, I don't want to be big-headed, but it kind of gives you a nice feeling, and it just feels good, right? Not to rub it in people's face or nothing. It's just I like to get some predictions right. I know I wouldn't get every prediction right. I got the Kell Brook versus Triple G prediction pretty spot on. I got a few decent predictions pretty spot on, and some predictions I got wrong. Willie Monroe Jr., Gabe Rosado. There's a few others, but other than that, when I think of making a prediction of a fight that I am, where I'm picking the underdog and I'm pretty confident, I think of the Danny Garcia Keith Thurman fight. See, when I started this channel, I was thinking, oh god, man, I'm gonna try and make these predictions. Hopefully, I get them right. And when I think of a fight, ideally a fight that I would hopefully get right, I was thinking of Danny Garcia Keith Thurman. That's really the fight that I think of when I'm trying to get a fight right. When I started this channel, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna see. Let me see if I can get these predictions right. And in my mind, I was thinking because I started. My first video was Kell Brook versus who was it? Triple G. That was really my first video, and that's kind of when I wanted to start this channel properly. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, man, I can't wait till those big fights happen. I'm gonna get these predictions right, hopefully. It's just like a competitive, like not competitive, like because I'm not competing against anyone, but I want to challenge myself in a way. It was just a hobby, just for fun. And when I think of challenging myself in predicting a fight, the first thing I think of is the Danny Garcia Keith Thurman fight. Even when it didn't happen, even when it wasn't set, like it was September, August, and guess what? The fight is here. I feel like Keith Thurman will get exposed, man. He's really a very, very good overrated fighter. He has fundamental flaws, man. I feel like Danny Garcia has flaws, but so does Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman doesn't have the type of chin that people think he does, in my opinion. I mean, he might do, to be honest, but I'm thinking he might not. He wobbled, right? And he didn't really face the biggest punches. People point out Chavez, but Chavez, yeah, he's a puncher. I'm not gonna say he's pillow fisted. Far from it. He's a puncher, but how big of a puncher is he? He's like a KO puncher. How many decent fighters has he like KO'd? And yeah, so you take all of that into consideration, and you think Keith Thurman has this is really, in my opinion, the first puncher, or at least the biggest puncher that he's gonna face. Garcia with that left hook is a bigger puncher than Diego Chavez, not Keith Thurman. He also has a very good underrated right hand. And he's been, from these last two fights for Garcia, I can see that he's been trying to work on the right hand against Guerrero and against Sammy Vargas, where he dropped the guy with the right hand. He landed a lot of rights. And it would be great punch for Garcia to use against Keith Thurman. I mean, people are paying attention on the left hook, but that right hand, I think Keith Thurman's not seeing it coming. That right hand will hit him. Garcia's right hand is direct. I mean, it's good. It's really, really good. And Keith Thurman holds his left hand kind of flared out. He's kind of open to the head. He not just flared out, but also like kind of far away from his chin. It's the reason why he does this, so he can cock back his hand easily and then throw the left hook and throw the vicious uppercut that he has. But it loads up with it, and when you put your flare out like that, I guess it's a bit easier to load up. But the thing is, the problem with that is Garcia's gonna see it coming, and you're not protecting your chin. And I don't care if he tries to protect it in this fight, when he gets hit to the body, when he gets in, when shit gets a bit tough. Keith Thurman's gonna give some right hands on his face, straight up. Right hands to the head, right hands to the body. And Garcia's got a strong right hand, not like his left hook, but he's got a strong enough right hand. And he doesn't really load up as much as Keith Thurman on his right hand. So I feel like he could definitely hurt Keith Thurman. Garcia can be hurt as well. He's been hurt by Judah, and I'm fairly sure he felt that punch that Matisse hit him with to knock his mouthpiece off. Keith Thurman has a bit more like explosive speed on his side than Lucas Matisse, which I guess could cause him more problems, because Zab Judah hurt him. And Judah has a lot of snap, a lot of explosive speed. He may not be as a heavy puncher as a Keith Thurman, but I feel like he's a more dangerous puncher, in the sense that when he does punch, this is what I'm trying to explain. When he does punch as well, he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. Those punches are so quick. It's seriously quick. It's quicker than Keith Thurman's. Zab Judah's speed is similar to Amir Khan's hand speed. Like, seriously, when he fought, if Zab Judah let his hands go against Amir Khan's not going to look any faster than Zab Judah. I don't think Amir Khan's any faster than Zab Judah in any way. Like, he might be a little bit because he had the youth and shit, but hand speed, Judah will be, I mean, maybe a little bit slower, but Judah wouldn't look slow against Amir, wouldn't look too much slower than Amir Khan. Like, Alexander looks slow compared to Amir Khan, and Alexander's a fast fighter, but Judah wouldn't. So Judah was a dangerous fighter, and Keith Thurman, Judah had that speed. You just don't see it coming. So those punches that are quite strong have a surprise factor to it. That's what makes Judah dangerous. So Keith Thurman, I guess he has some speed. He could surprise Garcia, but Garcia has a good chin, man. I've never seen him wobble hard. And I've never seen him, Thurman has a hard loaded right hand. I like to see how Garcia takes a shot like that at 147. I know he was going to take out a lot of welterweights, but I feel like Garcia can take it. He'll get hurt a bit, but he'll take it. But man, Keith Thurman's defense is horrible, just shocking. And I feel like Keith Thurman he will literally go in that ring thinking he's going to hit him with a 1-2 and that's it. No, man, he's going to try. If he tries to just go in there and 1-2, he's gonna get hit with a right hand. Honestly, he's gonna get hit with a right hand and if you, or a left hook. Because Keith Thurman, when he throws, you know what? When Keith Thurman throws one a left hand, a jab or a left hook, he really throws it from a like he keeps his hand real low. And when he's doing that, Garcia is someone who likes to punch with you. And if you jab, he could just probably throw a right hand with your jab. Garcia might just try to take, slip one of them left hooks and just counter you. Or counter you as you're coming in with a left hook. Keith Thurman does that. He kind of comes in wild and just sort of... He's quick with it and he's kind of like a boxer type, but... He'll get hit with some shit, man. He comes in very wide. His defense is shocking. His footwork is his defense. Danny Garcia's defense isn't too bad, especially compared to Keith Thurman. It's a better defense, and his timing is sick. Danny Garcia will be back. A lot of times people, Keith Thurman has a lot of hype because Sean Porter had a lot of hype, but Sean Porter's really an overrated fighter. And I feel like if you don't realize that, that's already proven. There was a few people that was saying, I'm not convinced with Sean Porter, blah, blah, blah. And they were true. They were right. I mean, look, Sean Porter, he should have taken a loss against Julio Diaz. Julio Diaz was putting better punches on him. And, I guess, that he had this hype. People forgot about it because hype overrules everything. Hype overrules what you've done in the ring. Keith Thurman has a lot of hype because he beat Sean Porter by a small margin, and I understand it's Sean Porter. But if Danny Garcia fought Sean Porter, and I know I don't like to play triangular theories because they don't always work, Pacquiao beat Bradley quite easily, Bradley beat Marquez quite easily, but that doesn't mean that Pacquiao will walk through Marquez, will it? I mean, if you use triangle theory, that means, yeah, he will, but that's not what happened. So triangle theories don't necessarily work. But, people are saying, oh, Sean Porter would beat Danny Garcia. No, man. You don't understand. You don't understand, man. Sean Porter will get knocked out against Danny Garcia. Honestly. Keith Thurman loads up on those shots, man. I mean, Sean Porter, I'm fairly sure he saw some of those coming. He won't see Danny Garcia's stuff coming. I mean, Danny Garcia is not the most elusive fighter, but he's underrated. He's more awkward than Keith Thurman when it comes to... Yeah, Keith Thurman's awkward in the sense that, yeah, he might just suddenly box, he might just suddenly come forward, but Danny Garcia is awkward in the sense that what is he about to do, like within that millisecond? What is he about? Like, what is he about? Is he about to go to the head? Is he about to go to the body? For example, his head, like level changing from head to body or body to head is insane. And he's constantly fainting with his feet. So I feel like Danny Garcia got this, man, but I could be wrong. This overrated Keith Thurman might not be overrated after all. But, I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.